there's a lot of talk about fear and how to push through it or how to do it scared. We're afraid of visibility, of judgment. A lot of us are afraid of failure, but a lot of us are afraid of success. And on the other side, there's our client. They're afraid to commit. They're afraid of the same things. They're afraid of becoming more visible. They're afraid of not being able to do it, or they're afraid of investing with the wrong coach or the wrong service provider and not getting the results they want. So there's a little bit of fear on both sides quite often. And I don't really believe in the pushing through it thing. I do believe that being scared and being afraid are probably slightly different in feeling in some way. And so it's okay to be scared. And one way to really sort of dissolve it rather than pushing through it is really to look for that connection with your client. If you put yourself in a place of complete service and trying to do what's best for them, what's in their best interest, to do the very best that you know how, so that they can do the very best that they know how, and maybe something that they'd never even thought of, even more than that. Fear tends to just dissipate because there's no room for fear when you're in a place of service. Because in a place of service, you're letting go of your ego a little bit. And that's when the magic happens, let's put it that way. And that's when you can do things that you never thought, and together this sort of co-creation with your client can really happen. So by being present with them, with really truly listening, and that sort of deep listening where your attention is 100% focused on them, by being focused on them, it's obviously by inference not focused on you. And that's when you're no longer afraid, because when we're afraid, we're thinking about ourselves. We have this little mind, we have this little inner conversation going on about what about this, what about that, what do they think this, while we're trying to do whatever it is we're doing. Then there's that little voice that's, giving us all the heebie-jeebies about things. But if you can really focus on who's in front of you and decide that you're 1,000%, 5,000% in on whatever it is that they need to do, and that you're there with them, you won't be afraid. But your client will also not be afraid. So to me, one of the best remedies for fear, for dissipating and eliminating fear, is connection.